Welcome to First Age Lore Part 2. As Guthix is traveling other planes and occasionally checking back in on Gilnor, his favorite creation, an elder mage named Ethrion, who was on a 6-year voyage to find his inner self through the multiverse planes, lands on Gilnor while Guthix is gone. He decides the Stone of Jas, yeah, that's his now. It's really cool and he likes it, so he brings it back to his home planet, Kethsi. Kethsi is the original home of the species Eviancy and the god Armadillo eventually. Armadillo. They used the stone on their plane to bring prosperity to their whole realm. However, the Dragon King are still bound to the Stone of Jas by Jas's curse, and they locate it. They invade Kethsi and attack and destroy most of the world and massacre pretty much all the civilizations and civilians. The last Aviancy are able to resist with this new ore, mineral, material they discovered called Banor. They find a way to link it to the bodies of the Dragonkin and are able to finally do good damage to them and attack them. However, it's too little too late as they are severely outnumbered now and are killed off. The Aviancy who do live or are able to escape flee to other worlds in the multiverse and planes and have to leave their home, Kethsi, to ultimate, utter, complete destruction. During this time, a new mortal rises to godhood power against Guthix's wishes, known as Bandos. He finds a place in the multiverse known as Ubisk or Ubiisk, which was a super peaceful and calm world. Here, goblins, orcs, ogres, and orgs live together peacefully, hunting and gathering together, sharing food, spreading it evenly, using each other for strengths and weaknesses. Bandos decided they should fight instead. He turns Ubisk or Ubiisk into a world with never-ending war and makes them fight for his entertainment and pleasure. He makes them build these huge statues to worship him and finds ways to continue manipulating and dividing the races by teaching only certain species, certain technologies, and other technologies to keep the wars ongoing and to keep some kind of hole in between them where they could never unite again. He loves this. He goes to other planes and planets and does the same thing, destroying them. Back on Gilnor, the Anima Mundi, meanwhile, is creating this huge, strong rock creature. It becomes known as Vorago. He begins destroying everything Guthix works hard to build on Gilnor until a weapon is finally made that can harm him. The Maul of Omens is able to hurt Vorago enough that he runs wounded to hide in a cave and goes into this coma-like state. While all this is going on, the Takhar, who, if you remember, are made by the original gods from the Elder Kiln to shape whatever planet or world or plane they were put on with the mountains and rivers and plains, and then normally were abandoned after that to die, find themselves for once not left to die on Gilnor. They start spreading out of the volcano they are on and building a Zotzo to give them sacred lava. They want to spread out even further, and a big argument develops between the colony as some of them believe they should stay underground and some of them want to go live on the surface with other creatures. The ones who do go to the surface find because they're so far from the Elder Kiln, their bodies actually weaken into Zar. With life flourishing on Gilnor, they begin worshipping and celebrating Guthix, who made this all come together in masses. The one thing Guthix had never wanted, to be worshipped as a god. Since he didn't want to be like the gods who murdered his entire race, have destroyed planes, are self-centered, and full of themselves, he decides he needs to disappear so people forget about him, and he tries to go to sleep inside the earth on Gilnor, far, far below. Before he does this, though, he knows that Saren is pretty much being worshipped as a god by the elves, kind of. So he asks her to leave Gilnor, so there's no godlike influence on the mortals here, so they can just govern themselves without any god kind of toying with them or playing with them. Saren agrees, but eventually finds she has to return immediately due to her link to the elves causing them to just, die if she's gone for too long. And with Guthix going into this deep slumber to try to prevent himself from being worshipped, we enter the Second Age. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for listening. I'm having tons of fun going through the RuneScape lore and getting back into RuneScape and trying out old school RuneScape now. Please, please, please subscribe and comment below. And come watch us on Twitch sometimes. I stream live on Twitch. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.